Nuke race heats up. Over half a dozen nations could go nuclear as Trump dithers on security promises. U.S. President Donald Trump's America First policy and the resultant perception that the U.S. security guarantee to its allies and partners in the rest of the world is no longer infallible, particularly its nuclear umbrella, seem to have reignited debates in many parts of the world on how to strengthen nuclear deterrence. In what is a mark of solidarity, leading European powers are now discussing nuclear collaborations. Their argument is that to ensure itself against possible American disengagement, Europe must prepare to assume total responsibility for its defense, including an expanded nuclear deterrent. They want the United Kingdom and France to take the lead in this regard. In fact, the other day, March 19th, British Defense Secretary John Healey warned that Britain has the power to do untold damage to adversaries such as Russia with its nuclear deterrent. He said this while laying the keel for HMS Dreadnought, the first boat of the four ballistic missile submarines being built to replace the Vanguard-class nuclear-armed submarines, in a ceremony in Barrow-in-Furness that was watched by his Prime Minister Keir Starmer. In a subsequent interview with the British daily, The Times, Healey said, "Our nuclear deterrent is there as a deterrent. It is the ultimate guarantor to any would-be adversary. We have the power to do untold damage to them if they attack us. We are sometimes very British about our nuclear deterrent. The submarines may be silent, they may be hidden, but they worked every minute of every day to keep us safe, and we should be clear, strong, confident, and proud of that. It may be noted that the UK's nuclear warheads and the missile that delivers them Trident are US made and maintained. Britain's missiles are part of a common pool shared with the US, creating a form of structural dependence. The UK may have sole control over firing its missiles, but its deterrent does not mean much without continuing U.S. assistance in the form of refurbished missiles. That is why British experts are pointing out that London should develop its sovereign system or cooperate with France, whose nuclear weapons and operational system are fully autonomous, thanks to its late president, Charles de Gaulle. The late French president did not trust Washington to uphold its security guarantees. Extended deterrence was a sham for him, and he felt that if Paris had to be truly secure, it had no choice but to acquire a nuclear capability of its own. As he put it in 1963, American nuclear weapons remain the essential guarantee of world peace. But it remains that American nuclear power does not necessarily respond immediately to all the eventualities concerning Europe and France. Thus, we have decided to equip ourselves with an atomic force that is unique to us. The French call this the force de frappe, the strike force. Now, British policy elites suggest that since the UK and France are bound by geography, the two democracies should pursue closer nuclear cooperation. They will not mind Germany's potential role in a joint nuclear deterrent. Friedrich Merz, Germany's next chancellor, is reportedly anxious to huddle beneath the Anglo-French nuclear umbrella. He recently said he would talk to the British and French about whether their nuclear protection could also be extended to us. He is apparently for a steep rise in defense spending, some of which could go toward a multilateral nuclear force for Europe. With Germany's leadership now talking in this language, Poland does not want to remain behind. In a March 7th speech to the Polish parliament, Prime Minister Donald Tusk said that Poland must reach for the most modern possibilities, also related to nuclear weapons and modern unconventional weapons. It is not enough to purchase conventional weapons, the most traditional ones. Similarly, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky recently told the European Council that a nuclear arsenal might be Ukraine's only deterrent if NATO membership is not offered. Even Turkey, which hosts U.S. nuclear weapons through NATO's sharing program, has indicated that it would not mind going nuclear. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is on record to have criticized foreign powers for dictating Turkey's ability to build its own nuclear weapon. Coming down to the Middle East, it is well known that Saudi Arabia would start its own nuclear weapon program if Iran acquires nukes in spite of international pressures. After all, Saudi Arabia had given significant backing to Pakistan's nuclear weapons program, with the understanding that Pakistan could extend its nuclear umbrella to Saudi Arabia or even supply the latter with one upon request.